Hello everyone. In the previous video, we studied about the peninsular drainage system and the major river which are part of peninsular drainage system. We studied in the detail about their originate points, their total distance, their catchment area, and the direction of their flow, and are they perennial or non perennial. So today we will study about some smaller rivers which flow towards in the west direction or through or in the east direction. Those rivers which flow through west direction, they discharge their water in Arabian Sea, and those which flow towards the east direction, they discharge their water in Bay of Bengal. So let's start. So there is river in Gujarat which is Setrunji. It rises near Dalkhava in Amreli districts, and other river is Bhadra which originates near Anai village in Rajkot district, and other are Dhadar which rise in Ghantar village in Panchmahal district, and Sabarmati and Mai are two famous river of Gujarat. Then the river Vaitarna which rises from the Trimbak hills in Nasik district, an elevation of 670 meters. These rivers are from Maharashtra. Then Kalindi river rises from Belgaum district and falls in Karwar Bay. The source of Bedti rivers is in Hubli, Dharavar, and traverses a course of 161 kilometer. And Sharavati river it flows in Karnataka. It flows toward the west, and the famous Jog fall, that is the highest fall in India, which is approximately 253 meter in height, is situated on this Sharavati river which flows in Karnataka. Goa also has two important rivers. One is Mandavi and second is Zuari. And Kerala also, as you know, Kerala has a narrow coastline, and the river of Kerala are Bharata Puja, which rise near Annamalai hills, and it is also known as Ponani. It has its drain area is approx 5,000 square kilometer. Then the Periyar is the second largest river of Kerala. Like Narmada and Tapi, they also flow from east to west direction, and they discharge their water in Arabian Sea. Another river of Kerala is Pamba rivers, which falls in Vemubanand lake after traveling a distance of 177 kilometer. So in this table there are some rivers and their catchment area, and now we'll study about small rivers which flow towards the east. So there are large number of these small rivers which flow towards the east. These are Subranrekha, Baitarni, Brahmani, Penar, and Palar, and their catchment area is also given in this tables. So next is river regimes, means how the rivers float throughout the season. Are they perennial or non perennial? Are the quantity of water is same throughout the year, or it fluctuate in different seasons? In India, the mostly rivers have most quantity of water in during the monsoon seasons. So we will study in details. So the discharge is the volume of water flowing in a river measured over time. It is measured either in cusack, that is cubic feet per second, that is how much water is flowing in at a particular place in cubic feet in 1 second, or Qmax, that is cubic meter per second. Cusack is cubic feet per second, and Qmax is cubic meter per second. So Ganga has its minimum flow during January to June period, that is during winter or early summer period. Then after arriving of monsoon, it attains its maximum flow through July to September. After September, there is steady fall in the flow. So monsoon is the main reason for this. So the mean maximum discharge of Ganga is noted at Farakka that is 55,000 cusac. Cusac is cubic feet per second, while the mean minimum is only 1300 cusac. And the two peninsular river display interesting difference in the regime compared to Himalayan river, that is Narmada. Narmada has very low volume of discharge from January to July. Most of the rivers have their low volume during the same season, that is January to July. Then from July to September they have their highest volume, and then they, after September to December, they have their steady flow. So Narmada has recorded highest maximum flow, that is 2300 cusac near Gurdeswar. Just compare Narmada and Ganga rivers. So Ganga has minimum flow is 1300, and Narmada has attained maximum flow is 2300 cusac. So see how Ganga is larger river than Narmada, and minimum flow is 15 cusac of Narmada. Same as Godavari, it has minimum discharge in May and maximum in July August. So the Godavari at Polavaram is 3200 cusac, its maximum discharge. So it, as comparison to Narmada, it has its larger volume of water, and the minimum flow is 50 cusac. So there are many extent of usability of river water. There are many problems you have studied in your previous classes about the river pollution and discharge of industrial waste in rivers, and lots of various reasons are there. During the festival times, the flower and statues are immersed in the rivers, and large scale of bathing, washing of clothes also pollute the rivers. So there has been many plans which has been initiated by the government, that is Namami Gange program and Namami Narmade programs for the cleanliness of the rivers. So this all about the pollution of the rivers. So there is one important table which is a comparison between the Himalayan river and peninsular river. So first is place of origin. As you know that Himalayan rivers, mountains covered with glaciers, and peninsular rivers are originate from peninsular plateau. And what type of flow is, that is Himalayan river are mostly perennial, that is they flow throughout the year. River are seasonal, mostly dependent on the monsoon season. And type of drainage, Himalayan are antecedent and consequent, leading to dendritic pattern in spleen. Dendritic is a tree like structure. I have already told you in first part of this chapter. And then peninsular river are rejuvenated, and they form trills, radial and rectangular patterns. I have already told you about all these three patterns in your first part of this video, this chapter. The nature of rivers. So Himalayan river are long course like Ganga, Indus, Brahmaputra. All three have length of around 2500 kilometer, while peninsular are smaller river as compared to Himalayan rivers. And similarly, the catchment area of Himalayan river are very large basin, while peninsular river are very smaller basins. And then age of the river. We all know that peninsular are very old rivers, and Himalayan rivers and Himalayan mountains are termed as young fall mountains, young and youthful, and active and deepening in the valleys. So in terms of water quantity also, discharge also, large basin also, Himalayan river are much superior than peninsular river. So that's all for this chapter. Thank you, children.